success. It's not going to be revenge in a revenge stance. It's really going to be success. We're going to turn our country around. We're going to bring sense and common sense. You know, people say you're conservative. I'm not conservative. You know what I am? I'm a man of common sense. And
so y'all just heard that little piece of audio right there, and I don't know how long this video is going to be. It's probably not even going to be that long because it's not even going to take me that much time to get to the point, which the point pretty much has been made. To all of you MAGA supporters, you Make America Great Again supporters, you conservatives, both PC and black and anyone else on the spectrum alike, admit that you have been had. Admit you have been hoodwinked. Admit you have bamboozled, led astray, all of that good stuff. Because many of us have been saying for quite some time, whether once or more, that 45 does not identify as a quote-unquote conservative. And you heard it right there straight out of the horse's own mouth in English. And it's in the 16-second clip. And it's a very recent clip, by the way, because I came across it on March 11th. Now, when exactly it was posted or said, I'm not entirely sure, but it was definitely very recent. You could tell by what he was saying about how he says he's going to turn the country around and all this. That is definitely very recent. He says, let's get one thing straight here. I'm not conservative. I'm a man with common sense. Now, that also can be taken another a certain way as well. He's basically saying that some of you conservatives are lacking in that department of common sense. And we all know that there's a very famous phrase that common sense is not common. And let's be completely honest with ourselves here. A lot of these conservatives, or those who wear that title of conservative, especially the ones nowadays, are very lacking in the common sense department. I mean, make no mistake about that. I mean, look at some of the stuff that they said. Look at some of the stuff that they do. All this, that, and the third. Now, many of them are going to go out there and try to defend this and try to say, oh, we knew he wasn't a conservative. Stop lying. We've seen a lot of the stuff that they push out there and how many of them go out there and use the words conservative in one breath and have MAGA in the very next breath. He literally said it right here. And didn't he say sometime a while ago that he wasn't even a Republican? 45 comes off as that type of person that just kind of is fair weather. He goes wherever the wind blows. And Donald Trump, and if they were true fans of his or true supporters of his, would actually know that this guy pretty much goes whichever way direction he can go. He's like that fair weather friend. He's on your side 1 second, and then he's against you the next second, or anywhere where it will make him look like he's in a good and positive light. That's the type of person Donald Trump is. They should know by now that what type of time that 45 is on. He's always been this way. Ever since before he even decided to run for president, this is how he's always been. He's always going to protect his bottom line. And the bottom line is two things. One, him, and two, his money. Well, as of late, number two has been on shaky ground. But he's always going to definitely protect number one. And he is number one. You know, hashtag team of me. Whichever way he can go, where he can feel like he's going to benefit somehow, that is exactly which way he's going to go. Like, really digest what he said. He said he's not a conservative. I'm just a man with common sense. Take that however it is that you want to all those conservatives out there. Now, of course, they're probably going to look at this and they're going to ignore it and they're still going to go out and support this dude. But you got to ask yourself one question. If you're a conservative and this guy said he's not, what the hell are you actually voting for? Who are you voting for at this point? If you're trying to say you're a conservative and you're part of a conservative party and you're trying to conserve something, and this guy came out of his mouth and said in English that he's not a conservative, who are you voting for? Who are you throwing your support behind? Who is supporting you? You're basically a person out there in a boat in shark infested waters with no paddle and no way to get home. It's almost like you're basically a nomad. You're a man or a woman on an island and you're just there. You're just on an island. You have nothing out there to try to make yourself survive or even try to get yourself off of said island. But you already know that the other side, they're going to eat this right on up. I already know they're going to eat it up. And me being the independent, registered independent that I am, of course I'm going to say something because I could care less either way. We've been told people about this dude. We've been told people about this party. Remember, we talked about the stuff with the shoes, the stuff he said about black people when he went to that Black Conservative Federation, whatever that was, and a bunch of other things. He's even said very slick things about people in that party that look just like him, but they just laugh it off and they just keep on saying MAGA this and MAGA that, and Trump is going to restore the establishment. Well, if he's not a conservative, how is he going to restore? I thought conservative meant you were trying to preserve something or try to get it back to something that you once wanted it to be. Even the word conservative nowadays has lost its luster. It doesn't even mean remotely the same thing as it once did. That's probably why he said he's not a conservative and he's a person or a man with common sense. Like I said, there's so many angles and so many ways that you can dissect with what he just said, but it's pretty cut and dry what it obviously means. And he said he's not a conservative. So to all the conservatives out there who wear the hats and wear the shirts and bought those god ugly shoes, what do you have to say about this?